Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, where I have prepared everything that we need to move to another planet, not move permanently. I feel like I need to mention that for some people. Not move permanently to a new planet, that's later. Move into a wider exoplanetary expansion, which means today is all about automation on planet number 2. And I can't wait to see if having interplanetary drones, having the logistics vessels going back and forth, I can't wait to see if that pisses off the dark fog. I seriously can't. I cannot wait to see if we are about to piss off the dark fog to no avail. But today is going to be all about setting up titanium export, setting up microcrystalline component export, setting up processor export, silica export. There's only 3 million silica on this planet, of which I am currently planning on only having 2 of those veins under my control. I believe there is a third vein out here somewhere. No, never mind, it's just those 2 veins. You know what, that does make sense. This adds up to be 2.8 mil. But we do have a lot more titanium, and we are only going to have 2 titanium veins under my control as well. So the general plan is to just take this box that we currently have and expand it. And then this box, because of the fact that all it has to worry about is processing titanium, making the copper ammo, which then becomes the titanium ammo, this is going to be the one where we actually plonk down the interstellar logistics station in order to export all of our items. And because of the fact that these are so close, it's not going to have to route through the dark fog for planetary logistics, and we'll have the ability with all of that to send back and forth via planetary logistics different materials, including ammunition, processors, etc. And then I'm currently also crafting for about a half hour a bunch of different little logistic drones because we don't actually have those. So first things first overall is a clean slate. We are getting rid of everything that we currently have here, and we are going to be constructing it anew from scratch from the start. So this belt is going to drain. We are quite literally going to, I think we'll honestly probably keep this. We might upgrade it a little bit overall, and then make ourselves a new iteration of it in order to expand upon our Gauss turret line that we have here, place down some more of them. I also brought, you'll see, some missile turrets because we're going to need those, and I brought a bunch of missiles so that we can actually put the missile turrets to good use. And then I, of course, brought in a whole bunch of precision drones in order to make sure that that all goes well as well. So first order of business is going to be clearing all of this out and making ourselves a new little box to live in. And that new little box will be, honestly, probably keeping this wall, and just expanding this wall a little bit off to the side here, and then, of course, expanding the wall upwards. So while I work on expanding the wall, replacing the copper smelting, and getting some extra ammunition involved, I will be back momentarily. So yeah, see you soon. A perimeter has been established, which means now we can start actually working on the production side of things. AKA, first things first, we are going to remove all of these wind turbines surrounding the copper field and get some copper smelting and some copper ammunition being made. And then that copper smelting into ammunition will join up with some of the titanium smelting a little bit later on in order to make ourselves some very, very lovely titanium ammunition. So I think I'm going to go on ahead and have all of the copper join up here, and then I can upgrade the belts as required as we kind of go here. So literally same thing as was done at the very, 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 very beginning of the game, just a lot quicker and a lot more organized. And then we'll upgrade this, upgrade that leg, and that leg. And with 12 per second, we of course are going to need 6 miners on either side. And I actually think I'm going to join it up here. That way, instead of having to get rid of 2 lines of those, I only have to get rid of 1 line of those, which I think is a lot better of a deal. And then I can just do this on this side and this on this side. Take a note out of my Factorio experience. Come on, build the smelters. So I can actually hook up things. Build the smelters, do the copper. Number 1, things are going to be coming in on this side. So this can go here, this can, nope, not like that. This can go here, this can go here, this can go there. Bring this the entirety of the way down, like so. And bring you the entirety of the way down like so. Now we have a copper ingot output, which we have 12 per second of, and if I take a look here, it's 3 every 1 second, so 12 divided by 3 is, this is enough to support 4 of these bad boys, which I think we will just have this run along the side like this. Go on ahead and have 4 of these guys, and then we can just do this. And then we are going to need the upgraded inserter here for the copper. And then go on ahead, copy that around. Go on ahead and establish power. Replace some of our power wind turbines back where we can. And if we can't, then we will go on ahead and put them as close to the miners as we possibly can. That way we have as much power being generated as possible. Looks like that's probably going to be it. So we'll go on ahead and put that in the middle of the field. And then boom, we have ourselves copper ammunition started up and ready to go. And titanium ammunition takes 1 of each of these every 2 seconds. This is 1 per 1 second, so it looks like we are going to need twice as many of these guys. And we'll just do it in a nice line like this, since we already have the 1, like so. Go on ahead and get rid of both of these. And then we will bring the titanium probably down and around in front, like so. And then we will bring the ammunition off of the belt like this. And then we can go on ahead, grab the titanium ammunition, make sure that we have titanium going in and copper going in, and then have the titanium ammunition going out like that. Alright, of course it's not going to want to do that. Sure, that's fine. I'll go on ahead and do it on the other side then. And accidentally demolish the belts while I'm at it, apparently. It's fine. And now it likes it. Alright, perfect. And then this can go right in between you guys and right in between you guys. And then you, my dearest of friends, are going to be going into probably the interstellar one. But then you're also going to be going into a box right here. And then this box is going to be outputting the titanium ammunition onto the belt with all these guys. So this will have a splitter right here. Go into the splitter, come out of the splitter, and go into the thing with a really, really, really fast one. Just like that, because I think that's the best. And then we will go on ahead and put these back, all nice like that. And then we'll have our titanium belt coming in. Now, in terms of the titanium smelting, every single 12 per second belt is going to end up producing a 6 per second belt. So I'd actually like to have all of the titanium smelting centralized up here, so I'll go on ahead and make some room for it. Ah, man, I wish there was an undo button up in here, honestly. Really wish there was an undo button, because I would like to keep these around for as long as I possibly can. And then in terms of the titanium smelting, we're going to do the same thing as the copper smelting. And then what is it, every 2 seconds? 2 every 2 seconds is basically the same as 1 every 1 second. So yeah, we can literally just take the copper design here and then just change it ever so a little bit. So we'll just place you here and here. And then instead of having a green belt as an output, we will have the yellow belt as an output. And then the yellow belt will join up together in here. Yeah, and then that'll make a green belt. And that green belt will go off somewhere. Are we going to be able to get enough? We'll probably only have enough for 1 green belt. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have the green belt come out like that. Have a yellow belt as a secondary belt come out and go down ingots. Like that. I'm going to go on ahead and grab the recipe for the titanium so that we can do this over and over again. Then we have our 2 green belt input. We will have here coming out of a splitter that's balancing from both of the mines, and then we will have, you know what, yeah, no, we'll have actually we can probably just have drones. So like instead of doing that, how about I do this instead? We can just have our little fidget spinner guys doing this. And then we can just you have you. Where's my fidget spinner tops? There they are. Perfect. Fidget spinners, and titanium ammunition. Distribute to other distributors. Provide and collect from Icarus. And that'll be fine for the charging power, I think. Now I'm going to hook up the mines. And then I'm going to set up the perimeter over here. And I probably will not show the process of automating the processors and the other things, because this is going to be a whole big old process with all the silica. So I'm going to set up the silica perimeter and take care of all that, and then I'll just show you around when we come back. I feel like you've seen enough of the sort of idea behind the design process to get the basic gist of exactly what we're doing. And then I'll also put down some missile turrets and all the things in some sort of an organized manner of sorts. I honestly might even wait and just place like a central missile turret hub kind of deal, and then just use the range extenders, the signal towers, once we have those automated from the silica on this planet, in order to just have them have planetary range. So yeah, I'll be back and I'll give you a tour. And with that, we are complete. And it did not take up nearly as much space as I was expecting it to. However, I did need the space to capture the veins. So I went on ahead and just captured the veins. Essentially, I wish it wasn't nighttime, but essentially what's happening here is the iron is getting routed around, the copper is getting routed around, and the silica is getting routed around. And it looks like I might... no, never mind. It's just because of the fact that I have the tier 1 instead of the tier 2 smelters. Or tier 1 instead of the tier 2 assemblers going on right now. Essentially what's happening here is the iron, copper, and silica is being smelted. Silica is a 2-to-1, the rest are 1-to-1. That's why it's doing that. Then the circuit boards are being produced at a rate of 6 per second, which I made enough for 12 per second, but I don't actually have enough silica for that. And I didn't realize that. Then the microcrystalline components are all being made, and the microcrystalline components and circuit boards come together to make processors, which go into here. And then up here at the top, we have our silica processing, as well as our silica crystal processing from this other silica vein right here. The silica processing is just a simple 6 per second build, because it's not a full saturation here. Yeah, it's not a full saturation. I mean, I guess I technically could upgrade. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. There we go. Perfect. So there goes all of that. That'll saturate it, and then these are still a 2-to-1, so it's making 6 per second, but then these are a 1-to-1. It's just a 2 seconds, so in order to get 6, I need twice as many buildings, and that all goes into here, which is all set to supply. And now, for the moment of truth, I also have the titanium ammunition coming across like this. Even though I could have just bridged the gap with a belt, I think that that's cooler. Now we can hit local demand, local demand, local demand. These guys have 100 each, and our power draw has actually not gone up all that significantly, which I find intriguing, because this should have to be charging. It's only charging at 10 megawatts. It's a max charging of 60. It's going up a little bit. But now what we can do is hit remote supply, remote supply, remote supply, and remote supply, and we can see our logistics vessels taking off. And if we go out into our stellar view, we can see that we've got interstellar logistic vessels, or cargo vessels, logistic vessels, whatever they're called. We've got the logistic vessels coming from the home planet and from our current outpost. Looks like they're actually going to do a flyby of the lava planet, which I find rather intriguing, that they're going to be doing that. The thing that I'm very interested in is seeing whether or not this generates threat for the dark fog hive. It does not look like it. It looks like we're still only at the 356 from the overall wiping out of their base on our home planet, which I'm very glad that we did, because we didn't have to worry about these vessels and their transport range. In this case, we don't really have to worry about the transport range at all, because of the fact that we're literally just going from right here to right over here. And I think the other thing that I'm going to add after I add the BABs, or I guess technically before I add the BABs, is I am going to take this belt of our silica here at the end, because all that's going to happen here is that's going to end up upgraded with the tier 2 machines once we eventually have those up and fully automated. Which honestly, there's 12 of these. Do I have enough to make 12 of these? No, but I have 11 of them on me. It's not enough. Essentially what I'm thinking is, like, I can upgrade these, and then whatever extra silica ends up not being used from the smelting can get transported as raw silica back into everything else. And boom, there it is. For the first time, you've used a logistic vessel to transport high purity silica from Planet 2 to Planet 4. Become more convenient and powerful with the establishment of the first interstellar logistic transportation route. Soon you'll create an intergalactic industrial empire. Yes, indeed, we will. So now, back on our home planet, we are finally going to have automation of things like the signal tower. Oh, I actually need to set up microcrystalline component export as well. What I might do is just get rid of this, do this, have that belt go across, And then any extras of these guys can just kind of come around. Let's just, no, not there. There, up. Get them up. Give them uppies. Pick them up. Take them, I guess, up still. Take them down. Take them down, put them in. Establish this as a supply for microcrystalline components. Come over here. And nope, not motors. Microcrystalline components of a local demand. This one is just a local storage because of the fact that it's being made on site. Did not mean to do that. All the titanium is just being made on site here and just being input into that. And then I guess the last thing that I can do to kind of speed things up a little bit is this. And then, of course, I don't have the last one, but that is perfectly fine. And then I will cap the belt here. And where is half? Half would be here. And then do that. And that'll help me have a little bit of an excess of microcrystalline components to have sent back to the planet. And then, of course, you see with the upgrade of these guys, we no longer have an excess of silica, which is perfectly fine. We're allowed to not have an excess of silica. In fact, I kind of expect it. I might even cap it a little bit harder as well, just so that we don't end up running out of silica prematurely here on this planet. Because we don't have all that much, in all honesty, nor do we have all that much throughput, in all honesty. We have only got 2 veins, and that is very stressful at times, but that's okay. We will eventually end up expanding, and I already have a bit of an idea. I believe I have talked about this in a previous video, but if we hit Y and open up the Dyson sphere, you can see that I have set up a preliminary solar sail orbit, and I'm thinking if we match the longitude of the ascending node, then we will have really good... If we match the longitude of the ascending node to our home planet's orbit, I say quote-unquote home planet because what I mean is this, the ice giant. If we match these ascending nodes, theoretically speaking, the launch point is going to be somewhere up here in relative to our current planet. Somewhere up... It's hard to point in 3-dimensional space. Somewhere up here, kind of, but in line with us. And we'll have a lot of really, really cool abilities to keep up with the saturation, which is kind of the next thing on the docket. So let's take a little bit more of a look at the docket. You can see we do have titanium being automatically supplied back home, which is why we're able to have automated research of yellow science now, which absolutely feels amazing. I'm super happy about it. That requires Mecha Core level 4, so we can't do that. That requires purple science, so we can't do that. Drone engine, we've already got queued. More cruise speed actually has no point at the moment. More energy shield, same thing. Solar sail life, not a point yet because we're not actually doing it. Vertical construction, not a big deal. Distribution range, huge deal, huge deal, huge deal. Logistic carrier capacity, similarly, huge deal. And queues are full, so we'll be able to upgrade that a little bit later. And then we will do logistic carrier engines next so that we can have more bot speed, more vessel speed, all the good stuff, and actually be able to have things coming around. And then, of course, we can also do kinetic weapons damage and all the things at later times. And for right now, I think I'm happy with just the 2. Oh, yeah, no, they are really doing a flyby of that planet. I am very glad that they're not gonna cause any harm there. I would be very interested to see if a hive in a lower altitude orbit would intercept these. And yeah, it looks like it's not generating any threat. I would really like to show off the base attack blast before we end with the video for tonight. So yeah, give me 1 second to let time pass and do that instead of wasting your time just talking. and we'll get into more research and more things in the next episode, mainly in terms of technologies. We're going to be going for interstellar power transmission and gas giant exploitation. Probably fusion power. And then I don't really know from there. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think we'll probably rush purple science and go for space combat, because I want to do space combat. So yeah, I'll be back. And we've got incoming. I have no idea what direction they're coming in from. Looks like they are not going the polar route this time. They ended up just beaming it for the titanium setup last time they had an assault. Looks like they are in fact coming this way, which means I have time to set up these guys with some drones of their own. Looks like they're already here to an extent. And it looks like we are doing good work already. Love to see it. Don't mind my neighbor, he's a little bit of a dick. Yeah, look at them, they're not even making it close. They're barely making it within range of the BABs. That's great. That's just absolutely wonderful. You love to see it, love to see it, love to see it. I'm gonna go on ahead and put drones into the rest of these guys, just to make sure that they all have drones. Where's the last piece of stuff? Okay, cool, they got it. I'm gonna go on ahead and put drones in the rest of all of this, and then we are going to head home and start working on some more fun things next time around. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, evidusien, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let me get to a better screenshot. Oh, yeah. Later, y'all.